boss control is important. It's not as much an objective map. You can do a lot more with map control. You can do a lot more with a pick like the Dahaka. So...
No, Sombra is not confirmed, yeah, guys. I was just...
Zico's peeking at the Twitch chat.
But I wish we had more Overwatch tank heroes, though, like Reinhardt or Winston. I think that'll be great.
I think we need Winston. We need no more mobile heroes in Heroes of the Storm.
We need more animals.
It's not enough mobile.
Monkeys.
Not enough mobile heroes in Heroes of the Storm, in my opinion, from Overwatch. So I think Winston would be the best tank choice. Genji picked again. The
One
strap
more
is the
time.
same.
The exact same. Malfi Hanzo.
Also, Hanzo very strong on this map for boss control. However, he is not a must pick on this map. This time the Genji first pick is totally okay because you can use it to win team fights, you can use it to delay tributes, you can use it to do a lot. It is going to be the Valkyrian Hanzo.
It is not a replay, guys. We are in game 2.
Are you sure that Sommer didn't hack it and we're not stuck in a replay now? Wow, look at this. Stukov, a new Barok, so a bit of a change this time. We saw Maiev last time, and it's going to be the movement away from that.
Yeah, Hooligan will have a chance to play something else.
I do want to remind everyone that this series is for the entire tournament. This is probably like the least important series either of these teams have played. It's for second seed, which is important, but not that important. And for both of these teams right now, they want to make sure they show the least amount possible because it's going to be the most up-to-date information from Korea for enemy teams to study in the mid-season brawl. Like, a team is going to be watching this draft right now, listening to my voice. What's up, dude? Studying for Tempest and Ballistix. Hello. check this draft out, but remember...
What's up at AU and NZ?
But coach watching this VOD, remember that...
Even the casters watching this game.
Yeah, coach watching this VOD, remember this is not what you should necessarily expect to see out of these two teams in mid-season brawl.
It's a bad study.
I just had to put that out there.
It's a bad study if you're watching this and thinking, huh, Korea's got a weird style of drafting.
But this Abathur ban is really smart. The Abathur ban goes into what we've been seeing a lot of from Ballistix with the Genji picks this year. It's been their more common when they don't take the Hanzo, because it was always Hanzo for SC. Now they've opened up their hero pools a little bit more. They're going down the Genji Abathur path a lot. It's a great combo for this map and for tribute contests and for boss fights. And it also gives you great macro.
Yeah, mostly it was with Uther, Genji, and Ubarak, but you got the 2 out of 3 still. So Tempest is remembering that strategy as Ballistix is continuing their tank hero pool here. A choke, I mean. Geralt GTC ban. It's not the same in this case, of course, Cursed. You can delay a lot with Hanzo, but you can't just be doing chip damage against a new Barak and thinking that you'll win.
Doesn't really work that way, yeah.
Because you can't really make the objective push. You have to actually go fight and then do the boss later on. To time it with the curse will be the best thing ever on this map. We have rare one of those 8-minute, 9-minute finishes because of those happening.
Solo lane is what I'm thinking about right now for Tempest. They have Falstad available too. This is the first time Falstad's given to them. With this tank choke, you can just grab Falstad to control that macro and take the Dahaka. They take the Dahaka, they leave room for the Falstad to come in with the Muradin pick now. Not going to be going down the Tyrael path this time. So crazy to think how powerful Tyrael was and how contested he was at the beginning of the year, and now he's almost irrelevant overall in Korea. Could be run by Ballistix, but really unlikely.
Are we looking for a global to counter? Is Ballistix really going to play their Falstad?
I doubt it.
No,
Not in this.
not
not
tonight.
In this, yeah, not in this series. It would be really fun to watch, though. We haven't seen that from them, like, ever.
Not, I don't think this year. ST did play end of last year a few times.
Yeah.
But
Well, we all know he wants to play Tychus.
Yeah, that's an easy choice. Tehaka Muradin.
Okay, going for the gray main.
He has been flexing into gray main a few times recent weekends. In the past week, I believe twice in a row.
So gray main gonna be really good for camp control, rotational play. He's not a global, but he can force a lot more camps to be on the map, force a lot more responses from Tempest. It can pull a lot of the members of Tempest away from objectives with those camps. Good clear time. Blaze is obviously gonna be great, and the solo matchup great for boss contests. Tempest looking for their second DPS. Maiev is open, but not strong with this comp. I think we're probably going to see something like the Tychus. I think the Tychus is the safest pick here.
Or a mage once more.
Yeah, I mean, Jaina, I guess, is possible to run here. Got decent, slow, peels for that with the Dark Swarm.
They also have lots of CC, so Li-Ming the same, well, similar draft. In terms of DPS and the support, the same Hanzo Li-Ming Malfurion from Tempest.
Now, if we're taking this seriously, then I think we learn a lot about Tempest with this final pick, with the reliability on the Li-Ming, and also after Falstad was banned twice in the previous series, that mattered a lot. It was very clear they were going to use it, but they did not use it here. So that leads me to believe they're hiding the Falstad pick. They don't want to show it. They just pick the Li-Ming. They would have definitely done it, I think, when it was a mid-season brawl on the line, but now that both of these teams are qualified, it doesn't matter as much. So they're just going to lock in the Li-Ming. I actually like both drafts equally. I don't think either team really won this draft hard. They're both very balanced drafts. They both have strengths, weaknesses. I think the team fighting strength definitely goes to Tempest. Boss control, pretty even. Camp control goes to Ballistix. Fastest tongue out of Hall of Storm goes to Good.
Record time in HGC. Get that mark, L5.
He's having fun. Batoning his way through. Okay. Game 2. Let the battle begin. I can translate too sometimes.
The Korean announcers are so beast, man. Just go into your BattleNet launcher, and then you can change the language.
Yeah, you can. 5-0 for Ballistix on this map, by the way. I do recommend checking out the Korean announcer, but I love the Raven Lord, man. He's just my favorite announcer ever.
I usually set it on Brightwing, but I got a little tired of Brightwing.
Brightwing, that one drives me crazy, actually.
You're dead. Whenever you die, makes you more saltier than you are already. Been enjoying the murky one recently, because I can't really understand what he's saying all the time.
Jikov used to be able to translate Murloc, but he's pretty rusty these days.
I know. Haven't been doing that forever now.
The Murloc announcer, the Murky announcer, his Murloc is pretty. It's a weird accent too. Murky's got like a southern Azeroth Murloc accent. Yeah. I don't know what Jikov just said. I can't understand this.
I just said, do not trust Twitch chat.
All right. So, camp timing here obviously much slower for Tempest. They had to commit a lot more resources to it because they don't have Greymane. Greymane clears the night camp way faster. Timing for this is better for Ballistix. They're going to take it instantly, whereas Tempest is going to wait. We saw this earlier in their series against Blossom, where you just wait and you hold on to the camp to try to time it perfectly with the first tribute as best as you can. So now look at what Tempest can do. They can try to clear the mid push faster, and also look at the night camp is going to be behind the wall. So watch how this works out. This interaction is really interesting. The night camp gets to kind of fight behind this wall where it's protected. Oh man, is Hooligan going to die solo? He actually almost did. But
close.
So look, the Night Camp has the buff of the cannons, the cannon towers, so they win this, and then the Night Camp is going to push in Tempest's favor because they waited. That's why they wait for this timing. This is just such a funny matchup here in the second solo lane. Hooligan timing his barriers so well against Li Ming.
Trying to push, trying to do some siege damage onto the turrets. We'll actually land a few. Good amount of damage. As Li Ming's having some tough time. I don't think... Did Sign spot them? I don't think so, right?
Oh, I don't think so either.
Not at all.
I see you just hoping for a sloppy rotation. Not going to happen. Li Ming actually just went home, so this is ending up being worthless. Could have been a solo kill if Lockdown didn't take the safer play, but he's been playing so safe tonight. So has Tempest. They've really... I think that's the big takeaway for how this team has been playing tonight in the previous series and in this one. Even though, remember, this series doesn't mean as much. I think the big takeaway is that their playstyle has been adaptive to play safe and defensive rather than aggressive, which is against Tempest's style since 2016. It's a kind of a cool thing to see, this adaptation, this new playstyle. And, you know, it's worked out so well for them. A little bit behind in experience right now, despite the Dahaka pick.
Tempest making sure they clear the way first because they do not have the cannon. Onto their top lane, actually already destroyed. There's a chain.
Okay, silence.
I think the toss was actually cancelled. Never mind.
Okay, did not get cancelled. The heal comes through to keep Hooligan alive, but he's not going to stay alive much longer. Now resets are coming through for Lockdown. Heal's coming through with the just the base heal there, the trait from Dahaka. Not thinking for the life of me of the word for essence there. SC. Oh, that was a sick deflection. Oh, he gets a Sonic Arrow. It just tells him how sad he's going to be that his opponent got away. But they win the trade. They get 2 kills. They get the first tribute. Despite the cannon tower being down here, control the wave with the Dahaka pick. Tempest in a good position now. Hanzo clear time coming into effect.
They're really making the Hanzo and the Li Ming play out of Ballistix today, as they're controlling lots of their camp timing. Even Li Ming solo lane has been bullying Hooligan a lot in that bottom lane. They got their first tribute, and off to the second one is going to be on their side also. After taking the second one, they can actually time the third one. It's going to be at the bottom, so right next to their own boss if they get the third one.
Hooligan's caught here. Burrow charges away. Oh, look at that accuracy on the orb. Unfortunately, there's a shield and body blocks coming through.
Lockdown's been having some roller coaster ride this season. Used to be one of the most accurate mage player and ranged assassin. Remember in BlizzCon he played Vala once?
Yeah, well,
and then everyone thought, what just happened? And that was one of the worst. I believe BOE also.
There was some weak moments for sure. But he's looked fantastic on the Li Ming tonight. The Jaina,
that's right.
We'll talk about it later, but fight breaking out here, good. To help peel everybody in right now.
Oh, Magi gets blown up with the scatter right there. Hanzo picking that kill up. Hooligan also taking a good amount of damage. We'll be getting the reset.
Lockdown
going in.
Resets galore. They have the siege site camp pushing. This is going to be curse point for Tempest. They want more. They're looking for the chase here onto SC. Well, it looks like they were. They're actually just trying to go boss. So they can boss into into a tribute, into a second boss. That's what they want to do. They're going to have 10 first. Ballistix does not want to allow this. They're rotating in. And you know what? They will actually will deny this.
Stukov is coming. That big silence into that choke point.
Oh my god, they're actually going to collapse back in.
Nubarak will come just in time. No one's going to hit 10 before.
I actually don't think Tempest can steal this. They get the leash.
Unleashed.
I think that's their objective. Good solo though. Okay, they're going to come back in for this fight. Silence coming in. Big silence. Lockdown's got a decent amount of mana left, but there's just no way to slow down targets.
Sign?
Sign is going to go down.
One more auto from a seat. It's taken out.
Will they get this tribute at least? You know, I'm not actually sure. I don't think they can anymore.
They were way too greedy going for that boss. They could have at least got the tribute and just walk out. And possibly looking for that third tribute because it's going to be at the bottom. It is going to be at the bottom. That's secured already. And you have your own boss right next to it.
Yeah, they have the Hanzo pick, and that's why I think they thought this was going to be reasonable, but it didn't work out as quickly as they would have liked. It's going to be a boss trade. Ballistix doesn't have a comp that can race down here to contest. Malfurion holding on to potentially the Twilight Dream. I think the Twilight Dream is the best choice here, given the comp and the burst damage, with Greymane going for go for the throat and the Genji pick. Tranquility can work in certain fights, though, depending on how that first fight goes, so they're going to Eminem it a little bit. Ballistix and Tempest both trading camps were at 1-1 tribute, red side tribute, favoring Ballistix. And it's gonna get announced now. The cool thing for Tempest is that they still have the Dahaka pick. The boss is going to get eliminated fairly soon. Dahaka can deal with that while also soaking experience. We're down here, Ballistix doesn't have that. Global, they don't have the ability to gain soak right now. They have to commit everyone down here.
At least compared to last game, Ballistix now has the tool of Greymane to actually do tons of damage to the boss also.
Yeah. And they do lose the fort because it's just alone Dahaka up there. He's getting an experience lead, but with the fort going down, Ballistix makes up for that. So it's doing a fairly even trade for now. Still holding. That Twilight Dream is Hide, but I think it's almost certainly going to be the pick, depending on how this fight breaks out. Dahaka walks down, actually, to get some mid-soak now. We'll be able to brush talk in regardless, but I like how he's approaching this. Going to kill this wizard minion, tongue grabbing it, so that his Dark Swarm could be more effective. Going to see the first channel here from Lockdown. Sonic Arrow scouts everyone out. Dodge on the Impale.
Stone Bolt. This is onto SC, but gets some damage taken from Scatter. Club is healing them well, but look at this bottom right. It was going to be an easy one for Tempest. Even if they don't take it, it was going to be at least 2-0 tribute if they really...
Yeah, if they didn't go for that greedy boss.
They've been patient all series.
Good block by SDE on that Scatter Arrow. That was the perfect angle. They commit the stun, but it's not end up doing anything for them. They don't have the follow-up damage. Dahaka's probably going to brush talk in just a second. That last mid-wave shut down. Sonic Arrow connects.
Waiting for the moment to join.
Yeah. Okay, ping coming through. Zhang's actually going to just have to be forced to drop this bunker here. A bit of a weird retreat from Ballistix. They were scared of the brush talk coming in. It never happened. They didn't have vision of Dahaka, so they didn't know when he was coming through. This is going to be Curse Point going over to Tempest. And one of our most passive most passive tribute gains of the night. Ballistix just retreated away. SC headed top. Dead 13-13, even talent tiers, but that Curse Point is so frustrating when you have a global 2 against you. So many ways to force this into your favor.
Lockdown dives in. Nature's Cure will save Lockdown.
That was a little bit crazy.
Massive shove.
Yeah.
Sign, go back to where you came from. In a dangerous position. Good has to come to save him. Dodges that jet propulsion.
He still has his avatar. He is going to drop it here. Lockdown doing massive damage. Bunker's still alive though. Sign's caught. He should have the jump, but he's silenced. Okay, he gets away now. Stunned again. No Dwarf Toss. That's going to be the first kill here for Ballistix. Huge Twilight Dream though. Can they turn this fight? Lockdown's got the reset. Chasing down onto Hooligan. They do collapse here onto this fight. It is the Cocoon that ends up keeping them alive, preventing the chase. Curse Point for Tempest, but again, another red side tribute. Looks like they might be content to give this and grab the Siege Giant camp. There's some indecisiveness coming on the side of Tempest. Waiting for that respawn of the Muradin. They can't get into range to delay this tribute. But I think they're going to have to give this. They need to find something during this channel time. They need to be getting the camp. They need to be doing something. They're doing nothing. Dahaka is at least pushing. But I think they could have turned this into a better situation.
They don't see anyone else on the minimap. Good. Retreating at the right time. Tonight, Twilight Dream from Hyde. I would actually have Hyde as MVP if they're able to take the series off of Ballistix tonight after a win against Blossom. Twilight Dream during the team fight has been a good turnaround, maybe 4 or 5 times tonight already. They lost the Muradin to start off the team fight, but that big Twilight Dream up to 4-man basically gave them the opportunity to turn everything around. Genji was about to do some more damage with the Sweep Strike. But that Twilight Dream stopped all that from happening.
Oh, look at
Isolation
this.
onto Genji.
Grabs Genji here. Does get the dash off. They want the chase, but he is going to get away.
Smart. Using the minion.
Oh!
And arrow.
Well, if that connected, it would have been a kill. And they tried to force him to dash towards Muradin. Did not happen. That's going to be on cooldown for the next fight, unfortunately. That's real unfortunate. Regen quest going to finish here for Dahaka. Going to take the boss. They're rushing this down. They actually get this first. It's Hanzo. But I still think there should be enough time for Ballistix to get theirs too. This is a 3-man on the boss. So they're delaying the tribute while in the boss. They failed to get in though. Jungha and Hooligan prevent that. And Curse is taken. This is a huge win for Ballistix. I think Tempest has tried to do too much there. Very unlucky. All 3 tributes against their positioning. Very unlucky tribute spawns. Even though they knew about it and they could, you know, play around it to a certain extent, they were still unlucky.
Boss. Straight to the keep, still 40 seconds. But they had to use some time to actually get that boss, so somewhat of a waste, but still if you're making a push, giant push into the mid and the top at the same time, they do it 16, so they will actually be delaying this quite well. Oh, there's a silence chain up with the Nature's Cure, not really saving it. Avatar popped up.
Yep, he gets his heal as well, his 16 heal, so he's going basically back to full health. Twilight Dream right after the bunker. There's a follow-up stun from Hanzo, and this curse is essentially wasted. They need to just collapse on the boss now, and they're not having to worry about a thing. They've got a Hanzo here. The boss is going to clear quick. The boss on the other side of the map, the boss against Ballistix actually does about the same amount of damage here, getting only the wall. In fact, can even get the healing well. I think we'll probably trade healing wells. Oh, not even. Hanzo's pretty quick. Ain't killing those bosses. Okay, they did get it.
Tempest defeating this one like there was no curse on them.
Yeah. Well, they just had the better team fight there. Follow-ups after the bunker were perfect. Feels like Blaze is a weak pick against Tempest right now with how well they've been able to handle this all night long.
Also, Cocoon is basically a waste when there's a Leeming Disintegrate to break that through so quickly. And that arrow in the middle to follow up with the stun was able to catch that Greymane along with Anubarak right after. Seems like we're seeing the old Tempest where they're really good at the team fight, but also controlling the macro. Back to the beginning of 2018 where they were basically dominating KSP Black even 3-0.
They're looking really good tonight. Great disengage here against Jungha's dash-in. Next tribute's going to be right here. It's the first one that Tempest has on their side of the map. It's the first favored tribute spawn for them. And they're going to grab this Siege Giant camp very quickly with the Hanzo pick that they had so early on in the draft. They've committed to more than Ballistix. I'm going to rotate down now, deal with this camp defensively, and then look for the tribute pick. Someone on Ballistix is going to have to deal with that top camp. Looks like it's Blaze. They're rotating up. This is such a great position for Tempest to grab Curse and grab a keep. The bot keep's already damaged from that boss earlier. They rotate to deal with the camp. Tribute should be announced any second now. Hooligan just scouting this out.
Being a word for the team because Tempest still holding that curse point.
Yeah. Dami has just been crushing SC with this Hanzo pick. He's shoving him away. He's harassing him. Saying, SC, stay away from me. I'm the Genji, or sorry, you're the Genji. I'm supposed to be afraid of you, but I'm not. Got my teammates to back me up. Grabbing this camp right before this tribute as well. Dahaka's top. So, grabbing some extra soak too. It's not going to be 20 for this, but if they grab this curse and grab the bottom keep, 20 is right in their sights. Speaking of sights, Sonic Arrow will spout the rotation. They get the dismounts. Dodge the charge. 4 seconds till this tribute can start being channeled.
Great toss there as Dahaka's still up there clearing the waves. Lightly maybe about to join. But Dami's got this. He's got the pokes.
Yeah, and he's just constantly dismounting everybody. Scouting them out. Sonic Arrow and the scatter arrows. SC checks the positioning of Dahaka, who's hiding. Out of vision.
Hiding, looking for the right Opportunity SC comes from the side, maybe.
This might actually end up being a mistake.
What is he doing there?
Hyde has Ice Block, and he Twilight Dreams.
Isolate.
Huge mistake by SC.
What was he doing there? There's an engage from late, but it's way too late. Not going to save Genji.
Shove comes through, but this fight is over. All their damage is gone. Rayman can't do this alone. Disengaging away. Chungha under fire here.
Will be cursed with the camp. Will be going straight through this lane.
Oh man, the mid push is insanely strong as well. The only way this could be worse if the boss were up. Looking for Ballistix, that's not true. Daka can free push bottom. They will have 20 with this. SC with a huge mistake, huge judgment error. And I understand what he was trying to do there, but Ice Block was up. How could he possibly get a kill on the Malfurion there?
And he did get barely got caught by that Twilight Dream range. It was at the edge. But once you're silenced and CC'd, you're
dead.
So low after the deflection is warded off.
This is 2 keeps, and it's 20. Massive, massive advantage for Tempest right now. They're going in, they want Hooligan. If they get more kills, this could be game. Isolation is committed. Very heavy commitment here. You retreat now. Silence and the Dragon Blade. Okay, good stun though to follow up. Now resets here for Lockdown. Disintegrate, doing some extra damage. Keeps down. This looks like a core call to me. Sign. I'm going to break down this bunker. Chungha is trapped in body block.
Call from Lockdown, 100% win rate. Locked in.
Locked in here, and he's just disintegrating forever. Core under attack. Tempest going to take match point here. They want to take that second place seed. Going into mid-season brawl. They got 1 win left to take it. Total domination, total control. 14 kills to 2. 2 better drafts. And 2 similar drafts. The Hanzo Li Ming coming into play both times. Tempest looks ecstatic, happy about this win. Great control of the team fights. Winning that team fight during Curse, just like just like we saw in the series when they faced Blossom. Winning that team fight under Curse, that's so important.
Ballistix looks terrified right now. I see making a huge mistake. Also, Dragon Blade was about to catch Hanzo. But Hanzo using that 20 upgrade onto Dragon's Arrow, and actually you can kind of immune yourself by pressing that R again for that time being. Great play by Dami there at the end, not really giving any kills to Genji.
Lockdown's deathless in this series. 2 back-to-back wins on Li Ming. 100% kill participation with him and Dami. Very coordinated, very well played, and this Genji priority from Ballistix looks weak tonight. 2 maps that Hanzo excels on because of his ability to burst down bosses. The first one, of course, BOE, looking for the immortal kill. Second one being the boss race, his ability to control camps. And the Dahaka pick was so valuable for Tempest because it controlled the macro, it controlled the pacing, and forced rotations further away, allowing setup time for Tempest. Despite the fact that they had the first 4 tributes really unfortunately spawned for them, they were able to at least challenge them because they had the rotational advantages and they utilized the Hanzo, they utilized the Haka so well.
Yeah, I think their fight at 16, really being able to push them out when they were cursed onto the other side. Ballistix was the one actually pushing into the mid lane. But Tempest came up with great focusing positioning, and that's where the snowball really started to go for them, and the SC just throwing that out there with the Genji. Does happen if you're playing Genji. You think you can escape by pressing that E and the D, but if you're caught with the CC, that's gone. You're pretty weak on the HP.
He already used his D as well to get over the wall.
Oh yes, that's right, to
so
start.
He only had his E and he was silenced. He decided that he could somehow harass and or kill Hyde, or maybe force him to ice block early. I suppose that could have been the idea. If you force him to ice block early, then it's tougher for him to get in position to use Twilight Dream in the team fight, but he used it to get the solo kill. He gets the solo kill with a perfectly placed root, by the way. The second he silences, he hits the root. Because if there's not enough damage to kill the Genji if he doesn't get rooted. So he gets the root there before the dash can go off. And then, boom, it's a dead Genji. So that was a really cool play by Hyde. And now, Tempest 1 win away from taking the entire day, winning both matches, winning our playoffs, and going in as the 2nd seed for Korea to mid-season brawl. Maps available. We have Infernal Shrines, God, I really just need to make like a
We have a
checklist.
lot. We have a lot.
Yeah, we're
actually.
only 2 maps in, so Infernal Shrines, Dragonshire,
Braxis,
Braxis,
Volskaya.
Volskaya. What are we missing? Sky Temple.
Yes.
If I were a betting man, I'd say Tempest just goes to Sky Temple here. Their macro control has been good. Bigger on a larger map, with how they controlled with Dahaka, it was pretty impressive. Probably pick Hanzo again. Try to rush down the boss. Sky Temple is where I'm leaning.
Yep, Hanzo. I think they can, if they have to pick a battleground where they want to reveal their strategy and continue their momentum, have the exact same draft and continue with Sky Temple. I think that's their best map with the Dahaka, as you said. Ballistix, though, what kind of changes do they need to make? Instead of taking Genji, maybe focus on the other brother? Or maybe using the Medivh Maiev. I don't think tonight is the night. So I think they are actually moving away from the newer things. So they're really hurting themselves tonight, but it's not really hurting them too much in terms of no standings matter tonight. So it's not really the important game, so that's why they are kind of losing it in the macro. It's not the draft they have been having all the time.
Yeah, it's been a little bit weird. Both teams are kind of showing the same drafts, which is pretty suspicious, but we'll talk more about it, guys, after we come back from a very short break, about 5 minutes or so. We will see if Tempest can close out the series or if we're going to have Ballistix reverse sweep. We'll see you then.